What do you remember about living in Woolloongabba during your childhood?
Well, goods trains used to run along the side of our house, which would then run across, trains would go across Stanley Street, along beside the cricket grounds to Main Street.
And your house was located where?
In Stanley Street.
Mm-hmm.
And the train was on the side of our house, ran along the side of our house, and then went into the goods yard at Woolloongabba. And then we had the trams that was in the front of our house. So the trains never worried us as a family. We got used to their noises because they used to get up speed to go around the bends into the goods yard. Few accidents happen with people trying to run in front of the train instead of waiting for the train. So there were a couple of people that were caught and died. And I can remember a tram not stopping in time and hit the train, but it didn't damage it very much. But that was, those sort of things were big things in those days. Of course, we lived opposite the cricket grounds, which was just mostly trees where the stands are now. So my brother and his friends used to go down top of our roof and could watch the cricket over the trees, over to the oval. And one day I thought I'd follow them, and I was just getting out of the kitchen window to get onto the roof when I was caught, and I was certainly hauled back because I can realise now it would have been far too hot to sit on a roof without some protection. But then my father got a table, and I was able to, in the front of the house, and I was able to stand on the table and watch the cricket. I got interested in cricket those days because we played. There was cricket being played at the school, and a couple of the school boys that were in my class had become good at cricket, so we used to follow those young lads. Football was also played around then, and my father used to open the gates and allow people to park their cars in the yard. He charged them a small fee, but when all that football or cricket was over, the mass of people that came out of the gates, they just covered the road. So the trams would be come down and stand in front of our house for people to get into the trams to take them to the city, but they couldn't move for the mass of people walking down, so they had to get the police to direct it all. So that was an interesting pastime, just to sit on the steps and watch everybody going by. So
Do you remember the matches of, this was in the 30s,
Oh,
wasn't it?
Bradman was playing. I think I can remember getting terribly exciting in one of the games where it was practically the last ball that was bowled for Australia to win. That was a very exciting time. But yes, I can remember names, but I just can't remember very much of
Do you
that.
remember if they won that last ball?
Oh yes, they won that last ball, yes. But and those days balls sometimes were hit out of the grounds, so you can imagine. I believe one ball was hit out right over to Vulture Street, so they were hitting very high those days. But of course they didn't have all those high grandstands. It was just small little stands, and there was what they call a hill, so it was just people just sat on the hill and amongst the trees. But now, of course, there's all grandstands around the whole arena.
Was any of the balls went over Stanley Street towards?
I don't know, but I can remember somebody saying that the balls went over to Vulture Street, but I can't remember much about that at all.
And did you listen? Were you listening to the radio?
Well, we didn't have the radio. We didn't have a radio until I was about, I can't remember now. I had an accident, and I know they just had got a radio, and they couldn't watch it because I had to be kept quiet. So I'm not sure.
Okay. So you were able to follow the cricket without the radio?
Oh yes, no, I don't know that we watched the cricket of those days on a radio. I can't remember.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we ever did.
You were watching it?
Yeah, yes.
And watching the scoreboard?
No, we couldn't see the scoreboard because the scoreboard was on the side at that time. You know, our house was facing this way and the scoreboard was there, so it was very hard to see it. But you always sort of people getting out and everything else, because it was a bit of a distance, but it was just watching.